I still love you can just sleep outside the Stillwater, like nothing's going on, but then just move in and be like, oh, you have to just advance time now, but you can just sleep outside. Hello. Welcome to Stillwater in Earnest. This is, as we've gone through the series, we've had a look at various towns. We've had Torrent in Earnest, we've had Durnholm in Earnest, and various places, just here and there, and Stillwater is going to be no different. There are quite a few interesting little quests here that hopefully we can explore them all. I wasn't totally sure about one of them. I wasn't sure if we can do it, but I think we can if we pick the right options. But for now, we just need to go to the Falling Hammer. Now, the Falling Hammer is an interesting little place. It's a blacksmith, like no other, but it specializes in swords. A pleasure to see you here again. Greetings, Richard. Do you have a moment? This is Richard Leeks. We spoke to him before, and he does sell some, swords. Mostly swords. Occasionally, he will sell a enchanted sword. He will also sell a tech sword. I think he sells all the kinds of tech swords, actually. Yeah, the poison one, the charged one, I think, maybe? I'm not sure off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure he sells that, but I'm pretty sure he sells all of them. But he also has... Not here. Yeah. Did I steal it? I probably didn't. I think I stole it. No, whatever. So, Richards. Tell me about Stillwater. Stillwater? Oh, she's just a small town. Used to be quite a place back when Bates first made his steam engine. People used to think we'd be as big as Torrent. But as you can see, we're just the same old Stillwater. A few stores, a few people. All in all, a pretty quiet little town. What's there to see around here? Oh, not much. We have an inn, a tavern, and if you're looking for a place to stay, other than our well-made weapons... Let me try that again. I butchered that horribly. Oh God. My gut really reacted there. Goodness. Oh, not much. We've an inn and a tavern, if you're looking for a place to stay. Other than our well-made weapons, he gestured some of his wares, smiling. I suppose our biggest claim to fame is the Stillwater Giant. Oh, I guess some people would find the cult of Gastania a bit strange. What is unique about the weapons made here? We do a lot of trading with the dwarves. They've made the best mithril ore. They have the best mithril ore in Arcanum, and it's well balanced. Makes well balanced weapons as well. It's holding powerful enchantments. But I'm butchering them today. My goodness. Let me try that again. My God. We do a lot of trading with the dwarves. They have the best mithril ore in Arcanum, and it makes well balanced weapons, as well as holding powerful enchantments. My family's been making swords in Stillwater for 400 years. I don't mean to be wordy, son, but if there's anyone in this land who knows more about bladesmithing than I do, I'd be very surprised. Do you enchant your weapons as well? No, there's a local wizard in these parts, who I use to enchant the weapons. He's a stubborn old codger, but we get along pretty well. He goes by the name of Cyrus. He puts spells on my weapons, and I check on him from time to time. Do some work around his place when he needs it. Come to think of it, what day is it? Tell him. I actually do not know what day it is. That's strange. Oh, Cyrus was supposed to come down here yesterday. I had time to check on him, and today I'm especially busy with an order from the Collodian Guard. Richard looks concerned. I sure hope he's doing alright. Perhaps I could look in on him for you. Yes, you do seem a trustworthy type. Would you mind making sure that no harm has come to him? And when you talk to him, tell him I'll be needing his services as soon as possible. This shipment has to go out by the end of the week. If you do this, I think I can find an extra Stillwater blade to pass your way. What say you, friend? Sounds like a fair trade? I'll do so. My thanks to you, stranger. His house is just northwest of here. Just follow the path outside of town. When you make sure the old wizard's fine, then return to me. Easy peasy, especially for our little troop. It's quite an interesting little quest overall. It just expands Stillwater. Now, follow the path here. It's hard to tell north with this sort of layout. I'm sure we'll bump into it eventually. I hope we will. It's hard to tell what's a path around here. I'm guessing it's this place. No, this won't be it. No, this is for another quest much later on. Oh dear. I got the wrong place. I have. Oh, there it is. It's so hard to tell with this map sometimes. Let me fast forward a bit. Alright, looks like we're on the right path now. Just past the temple. I'm guessing he meant this road? I mean, it's hard to tell what looks like a road in this place. Oh, that's not a good sign. Blood in the doorway. Doors jammed open. Hey, help. There's footprints. Looks like there was a scuffle that was had here. And a chest with nothing in it. This must be Cyrus's old place. Well, if you live on the edge of town, with no guards and anything else, of course something like this might happen. Oh, but I'm a wizard. Yeah, that's going to help you, isn't it? Let's follow the tracks. Pretty sure something of interest could turn up with it. I like how it shows in the snow, and just the snow. That's a nice touch. Still going. We're actually outside the map now. That looks interesting. What do we have here? A cave. A priority, as my girlfriend calls it. And a load of bones. Ooh, nice top hat. Pocket watch. Rough cut ruby. Someone's jacket. A fatigue restorer. Help! Get me out of here! That old ogre has got it in his mind to eat me. Are you Cyrus, the wizard? Richard Leake sent me to find you. Richard! Oh, bless that man. I'll enchant everything that man owns if you get me out of here. I was captured by Drog Blacktooth, an old ogre that's lived in these parts for years. Never bothered me before, but I guess he got hungry. He said he was going out for something to spice up the soup. Please, get me out of here. I'll do my best. Give me a moment to survey the situation. Please, get me out of here. He'll be back at any moment. You could just pick it, lock it, and all that, but you could just wait. Eventually, he'll turn up. If you're confident in your abilities to fight an ogre, especially we are, we'll be fine. Oh look, there he is. He's a little furry though. Well, that worked. His key. He does have everything else on him. He was going to go down pretty easy, I think, anyway. Yeah, he's dead. Don't worry. Thank the stars. I thought it was going to be the wizard stew of old Drog. It was going to be wizard stew for old Drog if you hadn't come along. Oh. That does not sound right for that. It was going to be wizard stew for old Drog if you hadn't come along. I'm going to run back to town. Good day to you, sir. Before you do that, let me just check if you have anything on you. Oh, there he goes. Never mind. I'm pretty sure you don't see him again now, but we'll have to check his house. There's a couple of things here, but aside from the rubies and all that, nothing else we really need. We just buggers off. It's quite a quick quest, thankfully. Alright, I'll fast travel us back to Richard. I intended to take a shortcut, but it ended up being a long cut. Hello, Richard. Hello, how are you today? Enrollment? I found Cyrus. He was waylaid by a most disagreeable ogre. Really? You must mean old Drog Blacktooth. He's been living in the hills for a long time, but most of the time he's all teeth and no bite. Looks like his stomach got the best of him this time. Well done, friend. Here's the blade I promised you. He hands it to you. Good day to you. Services do you provide? Blacksmith training. Oh, you can do teachers repair. Nice. That's pretty much all we can do here. He gives us a blade. It's not great, honestly, but I don't know what uses plus means. Is it infinite uses? It'd be nice if it was, but I doubt it. I'm gonna sell him back the blade, because honestly I don't need it. And, what this? 4 coins. Yeah, that's nice. Now, I'm gonna drop a save here, because I think, if I remember right, he has something really good on him. Yes, he does. The Tempered Shield. Pretty much unique to the whole thing. I don't think there's any other kind like it, really. Wow, he's a lot of gold, too. Definitely might be worth stealing. AC of 30 and damage reduction of plus 10. I think that's higher than anything we've got. This is magic resistance. Yeah, just magic resistance. I don't think I got anything else. Chill shield. I don't know why we still have that, but never mind. You can have that. Alright. So... yeah, let's check over here next. Oop. How are you, friend? Greetings, good halfling. May I ask your name? I'm Gildor Nightwalk. Well, cool name. Who are you? My name is Kent Harding. Well, what is it, Kent Harding? Not much going on, is there? My concern is with my territory. Nothing of interest to you. What's the latest rumor? I've heard nothing that can help you. Do you want to work for me? He looks at you thoroughly, assess your capabilities. Well, okay, I don't think you're quite up to the task. To have you do, it's no simple task. It will require great stealth to complete. You do not look of a thief about you. Perhaps I am more stealthy than I appear. I'm going to tell you a story. The tale will give you greater insight into the task you're going to attempt, so please be patient and listen. Proceed. I am listening. As a youth, I was pressed into service by a group of travelers. They were a rowdy, barbarous lot seeking to gain great wealth and reputation while adventuring throughout the land. I found my place among them, for at times stealth was called for, and this was my greatest ability. Go on. As time progressed, I proved to them that I was no mere impressed servant, and became a valued member of the group. We adventured together for several years, following old tales and discovering lost treasures. It was a rich and wild time in my life. It gets lost in his thoughts for a moment. Please continue. One fateful day, we were lazing about recovering from our last adventure. We cleared out a cavern full of lizard men that had been terrorizing the local community. Deep in the back of the cave, we discovered an unmarked chest, sealed tight. When we collected our fee from the local magistrate, we conveniently failed to mention the chest. It took Nightfire, a half-breed elven member of our troop, nearly 2 days to spring the lock and open the chest. Since Nightfire was an expert with the lock, there was much anticipation and speculation done over the supposed contents of the box. Go on. Inside the chest, we were disappointed to find only a few coins. Oh, it's the worst, isn't it? Opening a very tough one. I hate that. The Elder Scrolls games are notorious for it. Even with moral loot and things like that. It's notorious for fucking things up like that. Opening up a master lock and discovering like 6 septims and an iron mace. Oh, it makes me so fucking mad. Sorry. Inside the chest, we were disappointed only to find a few coins, several interesting baubles, and a book. As I was the only illiterate member, I was given the book to my review. Here, I still have the book. Why don't you read it for yourself? Tell me when you've finished, and I'll continue. I will, thank you. Oh boy. Tarian Wartbringer's Journal. Oh, fuck me. Alright, here we go. One of my sons, Callian, had wandered off into the woods to play. I set out to find him, as he had gone most of the day. Is this meant to be a poem? He was often one to wander, but not normally for this length of time. I tracked him deep into the woods, farther than I or anyone I know had ever ventured before. As I moved deep into the unknown, I came into an area where the hairs on the back of my neck, on the base of my neck, began to stand on end. The air seemed to cool, and the sounds of the forest ceased to exist. Yet Callian's tracks continued, so I pressed onwards, calling out to him, and then I saw it, a clearing, silent and haunted. Scattered throughout the clearing were several large stones, positioned as if they have meaning. I believe they have arcane writings. I thought it was spiritings or something. Arcane writings carved upon them, but could not discern them. From my distance. In the center of the stones stood an altar, and upon that altar was the largest ruby I had ever beheld. It was several moments before I could take my eyes from it, so mesmerizing was the jewel. It was then that I noticed Callian, not far off to the side. As I watched, he began to run towards the altar. It appeared he was intent on gaining the ruby. I shouted for him to wait, but he paid me no heed. Before I could stop him, Callian passed by the first marked stone. As he did so, good. It's hard to read this bloody font. As he did so, a most unnatural beast burst forth from the ground. He cried out in terror and turned to flee, but the horror was upon him. The beast killed him before he even had to take a step back towards me. A look of absolute terror frozen to his face. I stood powerless, frozen in fear of the apparition and macabre scene before me. Oh, horror. Oh, horror. Oh, horror. Sorry. I dared not move towards the beast. Instead, I ran from the most accursed place as fast as my feet would carry me. I was forced to leave my precious Callian where he lay, for I never found the courage to return. I warned the surrounding farmers of the horror in the woods. All children were forbidden from venturing far from home for that day forward. I can only pray that the beasts are tied to that wicked place and will never be held loose upon us. It's been years since that dreadful day. Many have forgotten what happened that day in the woods, yet I still mourn the loss of my beloved Callian, and have never been able to remove the vision of that hideous creature from my mind. To this day, it haunts my sleep. I am old, and soon shall die. I assume that's a die. I can't tell if that's an A or a D. I leave this record as warning to anyone who might venture deep into the haunted woods. Beware! Let no other souls be consumed by the beast of the jewel. Talion Wartbringer. Hello, I finished the book. Fascinating. Please continue. Yes, well, where was I? Oh, yes. I had just finished reading the book. We quickly reviewed the map drawn inside to determine the distance from the ruby. It was several days' travel from our encampment. Fools that we were, we pulled out at daybreak in search of the gem. Yes. Oh boy, I can see where this is going already. As we neared the locale, it was as the book described. The hairs on the back of our neck raised, and the forest sound ceased. You could feel the apprehension in the air. Then we came upon the clearing, and the ruby. It was amazing. Never had beheld a more beautiful thing. We were all mesmerized, dreaming of the pleasure we could enjoy once in our possession of such treasure. Two of my troops suddenly ran towards to grab the jewel. All the others save me followed, for I never joined a battle as my strength was not lying in combat. Wait, I hollered. Remember the beast! It was too late. As the two men passed the first stone, a hideous creature emerged from the depths. My comrades drew their weapons, but they were clearly outmatched. Oh my. In horror I stood there. As the fighting moved about, more beasts materialized to join the fray. I counted 7 beasts that dreadful day. one for each of the strange stones that filled the clearing. The death cries of my comrade were quickly silenced, and rather than turning on me, as I feared they would, the creatures disappeared back into the depths as the last body fell. Please, continue, please. Cautiously I approached the stones, yet dare not pass their mark. As I observed the morbid scene that lay before me, I noticed there was a warning card upon each stone. It read, "The Great Ruby of Karu is found. Heed this warning ere you move around. He who walks about with without a sound shall pass to death beneath the ground." If only they read the stones. A sickness grew in me. A sickness grew in me. For I knew I had my comrades only waited, they would still be alive. For I had the skill necessary to retain the ruby. But in the aftermath, as the terror shook my bones, I was too shaken from what I had witnessed and lacked the confidence to complete the task. What do you do? I fled from the scene of carnage. I wandered aimlessly for a time before making Stillwater my home. I have never left again. I fear my adventuring days have come to an end. Yet, as the author of the book says, the jewel and the beast still haunt my sleep. So you never returned? I never did. Yet I still desire the Great Ruby of Karu. I'm presuming I'm saying that correctly. As you probably surmised, I want you to retrieve the jewel for me. If you can do this deed, I will pay you 150,000 coins. That's not correct. I wish it was. 1,500 coins. A large sum, but I believe the risk demands such a price. What say you? Will you do this task for me? I will retrieve it for you, Gildor. Very good. Here, let me see your map. I'll show you the location. I shall leave immediately. Thank you. Hopefully it's close by. I hope it's close by. Where's the way out of here? I wasn't expecting quite a lengthy bit of dialogue there, but never mind. We're actually nearly at the end of time. Come on, Kent. Get your legs going. You know, I do wish there was a way to increase movement speed in this. Alright. Is it close by? Ancient Temple, Ashbury, Ancient Wreck, Borden. Just a hunch. The Ruby Glade. Okay, it's going to be a while before we get to that one. Damn. Well, what can you do? So we finished the Falling Hammer quest. We started Gildor's quest we can't do anything with. Yeah, I know where we should go next. Stillwater's not huge, but there's plenty to do in it. And I think for the next time, we'll have a look at it, because I think it's this guy here? Nope. Yeah, we need to find the location of Kintara. And the next quest I'm going to be looking into is kind of all tied together. I'll ask you some questions. Well, for now we need a lead. We need to go somewhere. Gildor might have an idea of who to talk to. Again, it is an honor. Nope, don't want to say I've been unable to get the ruby. Let's try the tavern, quickly. I have actually played this bit as an elf, and trying to find the city of Kintara was quite interesting. I think the default lie is that you're not from around here. Interesting, really. Good day to you, friend. Good day to you, friend. Good day to you, friend. Amy Bisa. Ask you a question. Can you tell me how to get to Kintara? I don't know. You might try asking Mirif. He lives a bit north of the Falling Hammer. Thank you. Question. Anything I know about? To be sure, what I know is only local gossip. Good day to you, friend. Well, I'm glad it's only that. Right. Probably a good time to really wrap up for now, I think. So, in the next episode, we will be finding the route to Kintara And it is nighttime now. Good timing. I'll see you later. Toodles!